into the shade. Step left, then drift. Step.
Is it the eyes that hurt or my soul? Ow!
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
So I was leaving for tennis and my daughter told me, she's like, I hope you win all your matches. I'm like, thanks, baby. She says, you probably won't win all of them, but I hope you do. Thank you, honey. And then she said, and even if you lose, you're still the sweetest daddy ever since you were 2 years old. So I feel good today already. All right. And today marks the 1-year anniversary of the flu kicking my ass. So we've come a long way. And I'm going to show you guys that here tonight. You know, I get so comfortable being right behind the baseline. I want to work on getting comfortable inside the court. Scott does that very well, and that could be really good for my game. But problem is, I love taking that ball low off of the bounce. I don't like to take it early. So we got some stuff to work on, but that's a good thing, you know? You want to keep striving to be better. Tennis Tunes! Welcome to pretty exciting match against the Axeman. So I was playing Abraham, and at the end of the match, Andrew was like, he needs a nickname. He needs it because he was there at the park playing Gus. And don't ask how that match went with Gus. Andrew's not too happy. That's all I'm going to say. He said, Abraham needs a nickname. And out of nowhere, Andrew said, the Axeman. And I said, okay. I don't understand why this is it. But, you know, Abraham, he's wearing all black. You know, he's got the look. Pretty threatening, in my opinion. A pretty tight, close first game here. Oh man, in the moment, I tipped the net, but I still thought it hit the line. But no, I think he made a good call there. Very tight call to make, though. It was close. Great shot.
But no, he called a very fair game. And I just want to talk about his game in general, because I didn't know what to expect. I saw on the league that he lost 2-6, 2-6 to Andrew Agassi. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll be comfortable out here. We'll see. And I was blown away. Like, I just feel like Axeman, he's very aggressive. Like, he was putting deep, hard balls in the court, like, every time. You know, I didn't feel like there were a ton of chances for me to be aggressive. And, you know, he'll give me some shorter balls here, but nothing I can really do a ton with. I just felt like I was on defense a little bit, and that he was able to kind of hit some finishing shots when I gave him easier balls. Yeah, and his form and everything, like, he looked solid, he played solid, very impressed. And, you know, I'm down 1-3, but we don't give up hope.
Great shot. Oh, Brett.
That was so ugly. Guys, I've been doing that. Sometimes it does work and it looks great.
Yeah, I just feel really bad because he probably thinks he's going to win this set.
You won't find many people that cocky down 1-5, all right? But I'm up there. Anyways, yeah, the drop shots, you know, like that. You know, it works sometimes, but I think I need to be a little more selective, a little more patient when I do that. I think I get a little lazy, and I'm like, throw in a drop shot, we'll see what happens. All right, I like what I did there, though. I mean, I moved him around a little bit. good stuff. I jump into these matches, you know, and I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to be so aggressive. I'm going to move them around. I'm going to come to the net. And then when I come out here and actually start playing, I'm like, oh, it's a lot easier in my head. A good pickup, but you know, I got a long road ahead of me for this set if I want to come back. A double fault to lose the set. Yeah, I was happy about that one. I like this little slice return, you know? And then a good finish, and I'm starting to get that shot back. Very happy about that. But he's tough out here. I mean, he's up 1-0 in the second set, and you know, my season's been a little rough. Not terrible, but we wanna go positive for the season, right? We want to make playoffs.
What kind of bounce is that?
It was a weird bounce. You know, Andrew and I played our match for the league, and we both agreed there were like some dead spots on the court towards the front of this park. It's just super weird. Like, I haven't had many matches where I'm like, oh, that's clearly like a dead spot in the ground. Good rip. I told myself after losing this first set, like 2-6, told myself to be more aggressive.
Close.
Generous call there from Abraham. Yeah, I told myself I need to be more aggressive. Like, if I just wait for him to make errors, he's instead just gonna just rip winners. Like, put some good pressure on me. He hit a great drop shot, and I shook my head after. I didn't like it. It's not as, you know, the drop shots aren't as much fun when they're happening to you. Whew. Yeah, last video I told you guys a story about how I beat a guy who was much bigger and stronger than me, and it just looked like he was dominating me when people were watching the points. But he made a lot of errors, and so I ended up winning the match. I got a couple comments saying they you know, they like to hear that story. I really appreciate that. You know, I love telling little stories from my tennis career. I'll tell you one. There was one at the USTA Center, and I was like a freshman in high school. I was a little pudgy thing, okay? Don't get too excited, ladies. I'm married. But back then, you know, I let's just say I didn't have the most confidence in the world at any freshman in high school. I don't know if a lot of freshmen do. But I was playing USTA Center, and there was this girl on the team. She's like a junior or senior in high school. You know, the team knew. She was like a mixed USTA team, and you know, she was attractive, all right? She was attractive. But I didn't talk to her much or anything, but we had to play mixed doubles together at the USTA Center. And, you know, back then, I was pushing my way through matches. And there was one ball where so she and I were playing together, and we were winning the match, but there was one ball where they hit it, and it was like a super low drop shot. I ran my little pudgy legs to that ball, and I barely got to it, and I like did a full swipe underneath it. It bounced on their side, and the kid on the other side of the net, he was right there. He got to the ball, he waited for it to bounce, but there was so much spin that it spun completely away from him, and he couldn't even get to it. And it was like the best shot you know, I ever hit. And I turned around, and the parents were on the side. They were cheering. They got, you know, people cheering. And then she came over to me and she hugged me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" She gave me a big hug. I'm like, I was like, "Shit, girl, ain't no thing." No, I was so happy. It was a good memory. Yeah, good call there. I'm somehow finding my way up 5-4 in this set. You know, I think I'm playing a little better, and I think he's playing a little worse. And you guys have heard me say that several times on this channel. You know, I do think I get stronger as it goes on. But right now with my stamina, I do get to a point where I'm feeling it, and my game might go down, you know, more than ever in the match. So I got to be careful of that. But overall, not too bad. And my opponent, some of these guys, you know, I do think they start very strong. They got the fire, and then they you know, they simmer down a little bit.
Point.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud, women walk, being kicked around since I was born. Never tolerate, I don't care. You may look the other way. We can try.
All right, that's a big deal, people. We got that set down, and we are in a 10-pointer for the match.
Good.
All right, Tennis Tunes. The first person to buy a Tennis Tunes Fat Pack will get a graded card included in their Fat Pack, and it will be a PSA 9 auto of Lerner TN. So it's very much worth it, and you know, this is just something fun to do. I'm not trying to make some big profit, guys. I just thought it would be fun for the channel to get engaged a little bit with something like this and get some really cool cards. So, you know, we'll see if anybody wants to buy one. All right, I went into this 10-pointer and I told myself, be aggressive. All right, sometimes I get a little tight and I let my opponent dictate the points and just abuse me out here. I can't. That's one of the biggest things I want to change coming back into this league.
Good job.
Just like that, get myself in a position to finish the point. But a very close 10-pointer. I'm up 6-4. A big shot to the corner. And the two buffoons up 3 points.
Great shot.
He hits a huge shot, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. Weak sauce.
Great.
Incredible. Incredible from the Axeman.
Move it out to the shed. Take it
Tennis
back
Tunes
into the
wasn't looking
shed.
too pretty there at the start of that match. I got to tell you, I thought I was going to lose it for sure. You know, only thing I'm going to complain about is, I just felt like my legs were not there at the start of that match, and they actually got better as it went on. But man, it just felt like it took forever for me to feel comfortable with my legs, and like it was, you know, if you don't have your legs in tennis, you don't have anything. So that really sucked. But you know, honestly, I think he was just kicking my butt, right? Like you guys saw it. He was hitting great angles, and I was hitting too many short balls to him. That's my big issue right now. I need to get the confidence in keeping it deep. But Abraham, you know, he did a really good job of hitting angles, and just whenever I you know, hit anything that gave him a little bit of an opportunity, he took it and he went for the rip, and it worked out a lot for him. So overall, you know, I think he played great. I'm really impressed by his game. It is a tight match, so a lot of fun. And yeah, Abraham, thanks for being on the channel, man. Hopefully we'll play again soon.